Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Pavan Soni. I'm author of the book Design Your Thinking. And in today's short discussion, I'll talk to you about the importance of delegation and how do you delegate with confidence. Now, often it is perceived that delegation is the most difficult part for first-time managers and even seasoned managers and entrepreneurs. It's very likely that you would like to get your own work done by yourself instead of trusting somebody else, but you can only achieve so much by not giving away your work. So here we go, and I'll talk to you about 5 very simple tips that you can practice to be effective manager and a leader and delegate with confidence. The first thing is to depersonalize your work. Now, what you need to understand is whenever you are delegating, you need to be clear with the intent of delegation. If you have to be choosing between A, which is getting the work done, versus B, which is getting the work done as per your standards, what would be your choice? Now, you would definitely want to choose A, which is to get the work done, but intrinsically you might want to desire that the work gets done as per your standards. And that is a trap, because who defines your standards? Often your standards are so arbitrary, and you have made the work so complicated by bringing your own personality into the work that it doesn't serve any more purpose any longer. So if you want the work to be done by somebody else, you need to simplify it and depersonalize the work. So that's the first major trick. The second aspect is to pick the right people, and that's where we have this rule called 70% and go. We almost always want somebody who is 70% ready to do the job, which means that don't wait for the person to be 100% ready. The remaining 30% readiness comes on the job. Now, all of us picked up a job when we were not 100% ready, because the job itself teaches you how to do it, as there is so much of a tacit knowledge associated with the job. In fact, as a leader, your leadership abilities are known by how many people in your team are 70% ready to take up your role. The more number of people you have in your team of that nature, the higher is your chance of getting promoted consequently. So identify people who are 70% ready, give them the job and move on, because when you give this job to those people, you are almost 100% freeing up your time and taking up more important things. The third aspect is to ensure that you are showing them the big picture, which is what I say, that tell them the why and the what, but never the how. Now, why would somebody be willing to do a job that you don't think is personally important for you to do? Which means that the person should be shown the big picture, the person should be shown a purpose so that he or she is motivated to get the job done. Now, this purpose could be organizational purpose, or this purpose could even be a personal purpose, where we are saying that if you do this, then that what happens. And if you can demonstrate this purpose to the individual, then really things can happen magically. But never tell the approach. Tell the purpose, tell the objective, but not the approach. Because when you start telling the approach, which is what I say as the how, you are stripping away autonomy and you are stripping away curiosity and creativity from this person. You might be surprised to see that the person has done a far better job than you if you allow the person to accomplish it on her own rhythm and her own creative means. So tell the why, tell the what, but not the how. The fourth aspect is to take your hands off your people, but not taking your eyes off your people. What happens is, when you're delegating a certain task to somebody, it's very critical that the person develops a sense of ownership on the task. If you're always hands-on, the person is never going to take risk. He or she is falling back on you to take risk, and without taking risk, you never develop ownership or a sense of accomplishment on that particular job. So you need to take your hands off from people, but don't take your eyes off. Because when you start taking your eyes off from people, what happens is they start feeling that what they are doing is inconsequential. Nobody cares. And that's where if you take your eyes off, you can't even know if the things have gone too wrong before you start stepping in and correcting them. So this delicate balance of not getting too involved but not getting too dissociated is what is very critical. And the last thing is, what do you do with your time, which is to pick up high leverage activities. One of the big reasons why many managers fear delegation is because they do not know what to do with their freed up time. They hang on to that job even if the job is not of high value to them, because they do not know what to do next. And that's where your personal choice of doing high value adding activities, or what I call as high leverage activities, is very, very important. Now, you don't have to wait for the delegation to happen before you pick up high leverage activities. You can actually start picking up high leverage activities, and that might push you to delegate further. So these are my 5 simple tips on how you can be effective in delegation and delegate with confidence. What you need to understand is the fact that only through delegation is you are developing yourself and you're developing people around you, and you are not becoming a bottleneck to the growth of the entire system. I hope this video was useful to you. I would love to hear from all of you. Thank you so much.